Coming up on this edition of SUTV News, 40 years have passed since this change for athletics.
The graduate school program reaches big accomplishments.
And in sports, Taylor Braun makes his return to the men's basketball team.
This is SUTV News, and it starts now.
Welcome to SUTV News. I'm Mariah Stevens.
And I'm Nicole Johnson. The North Dakota Senate has reversed its original decision and will provide funding to the State Board of Education to buy out the contract of Chancellor Hamid Shirvani.
After failing by one vote on Tuesday, the revote, which would supply $854,000, passed by a 28-19 margin only one day later. Earlier this week, the North Dakota Student Association also expressed its disinterest in Shirvani, voting to accept the proposed buyout by a 50-5 margin. The group, made up of student representatives from all 11 public universities in North Dakota, also passed a 53-2 vote to convey no confidence in the chancellor.
Aware to us that he's not student-focused. He doesn't respect the students' opinions, and we can't work with this relationship with the legislature, the students, and the state board. It's detrimental to all of us involved.
Change will happen because we made our voices clear among the legislators and the public and those types of things. When the students come forward this strongly and say that something's wrong, something's going to get fixed.
The House of Representatives will now vote on the proposed amendment. If passed, the funds will become available to the State Board of Higher Education, but the board alone possesses the power to buy out Shirvani's contract.
The North Dakota Senate also voted unanimously to approve the new university system funding model proposed by Governor Jack Dalrymple. Passed 47-0, the formula aims to give each university in the state equitable funding. North Dakota State currently receives less per credit than the University of North Dakota, but this will no longer be the case. Part of the bill also includes funding for a new STEM research building at the NDSU campus. The Senate also passed a new $124 million medical school building for UND.
It's been 40 years since the historic Title IX, and NDSU is paying tribute through Women's Week. SUTV's Nate Manning looks into the impact that it has today.
41 years ago, women in education were fairly untreated and discriminated against. The Title IX legislation, passed in 1972, stated that no sex shall be excluded from the benefits of or discriminated under any educational program receiving federal financial assistance. Now in 2013, it is clear that Title IX has had a lasting impact.
I haven't known a world without Title IX, and I think that's really important to discuss because most of the women on campus haven't ever lived in a world without Title IX, which means that we often forget how hard it was to get where we are today.
Academically, Title IX has allowed women to succeed in many different ways.
I can be admitted to any, if I want to do a certain career path, if I want to be in a STEM field, there's not roadblocks. I have that choice if I want to do it.
College women's athletics as well has seen drastic changes since the landmark legislation 40 years ago, even here at NDSU.
Something that we probably won't really even be able to measure yet today. It's increased participation, it's career paths, it's opportunities for the exposure within the media. It's just really even more about team leadership and building.
Before Title IX, women's sports were for physical activity, limited and intercollegiate leagues available, with sports like basketball, tennis, and track included in some of the few. It wasn't until after Title IX was passed when women were allowed to participate at the same level as men, which is what we see today.
Student athletes have come through, gotten their degree, graduated, and gone on to be very successful leaders in their community and moms and just really good people.
Title IX may have expanded the role of women in sports and in education, but more can still be done.
There's got to be a continued passion for it. And I think those of us that have a passion for anything, whether it's the arts or the sciences or the liberal arts, we just have to make that commitment.
For 40 years, Title IX has given women the opportunity to be who they want to be. Whether that is by scoring game-winning goals, preparing students for their future, or by simply scoring a layup, Title IX was the first stepping stone to allowing women to achieve their life goals. Nate Manning reporting, SUTV News.
NDSU Athletics currently has 7 men's and 7 women's sports. Women's teams are basketball, volleyball, softball, track and field, soccer, cross country, and golf.
This week marks the 4th annual Innovation Week at NDSU. Events kicked off with a breakfast at the Technology Incubator for student teams, NDSU faculty, and the public. Following the breakfast, students listened to NDSU alumni speak about their innovations and give tips on how they can succeed. The week's events include educational sessions, a poster contest, and an award ceremony. The highlight is the Innovation Challenge, where the teams present their ideas and products for new corn-based innovations.
If you want any job opportunity, you need something to put on your resume more than just a GPA. You need to show diversity, you need to show abilities and capabilities. And I think that showing your capabilities through Innovation Week and showing your capabilities through activities on campus shows how well-rounded you are.
There's not very many universities that offer students the opportunity to form a team, engage in a competition, and both last year and this year we have cash prizes.
Since last year, student involvement in Innovation Week has more than doubled. Student teams jumped from 22 to 59. Coming up next, find out what's drawing in new graduate students to NDSU after this week's 7-day forecast.
Watch SU TV News on Cable One. Produced by students of Bison Information Network, we promise to bring you all the latest news and sports from the campus of North Dakota State University. Watch SU TV News on Cable One Channel 14. Brought to you in part by Stop and Go.
Hey, I'm Alex.
I'm Austin.
And I'm here to tell you about 15 on 15.
It means MapBus arrives every 15 minutes on Route 15, from downtown
to around town. Find out more about 15 on 15 at mapbus.com.
Check it out on Facebook and Twitter, keyword MapBus.
It's so fast and convenient.
There are way more than 15 reasons to check out 15 on 15.
I ride MapBus.
And I ride MapBus.
And you should too.
SU TV News is brought to you by Stop and Go. Stop and Go. We're always there.
Welcome back. From being national football champions 2 years in a row to being the top research university in North Dakota,
there are many explanations as to why the graduate school enrollment rate at NDSU is growing this spring. SUTV's Kayla Reamer tells us more.
North Dakota State University has the most graduates it's ever had. Recruitment specialist Carrie Bitt says it's quite the increase.
Well, right now we're at an all-time high of graduate students. We did increase over 5% in the past year, which is pretty exciting for us. It brings us to our all-time high of almost 2,300 students.
This increase is huge for NDSU, considering it's springtime and usually the enrollment for graduate school is low. Bitt says there are many reasons why this increase happened.
I think there's a lot of reasons that contribute to it. NDSU has great faculty, and the research that they do gets a lot of national attention, and so students hear about that and they want to study at NDSU. Our success in athletics has really helped to get the NDSU name out across the nation, and also our great alumni.
The graduate school has also done a few new things this year to recruit students.
We are working on more international students. This fall we actually attended a few online college fairs, which was kind of exciting. We had 3 of those. They were kind of crazy because with the time changes in different parts of the world, we actually had to come into the office in the middle of the night and sit and basically Skype with students from around the world.
This increase is extremely beneficial to NDSU.
It means just more exposure for NDSU, more students attending is great for the school. It means more research can take place here, more money coming into the university, and also just spreading the NDSU name farther out there.
BIT says every student should consider going to graduate school because of all the advantages that come with it.
If you are in a science or research related field, you can do a lot of great research and help your career there. If you're in a field like communications, business, different things like that, it's just a leg up on the competition when you're looking to find a job. The higher degree you have, the more experience you're going to have. Employers really like that, and you're going to be able to get the higher level jobs.
Kayla Reamer reporting, SU TV News.
NDSU had about 13,500 students enroll this spring, and of that, nearly 2,200 were graduate students.
The 2-day Career Expo was held Tuesday and Wednesday at the Fargo Dome. This is the first time that it was held for 2 days. Day 1 of the fair was geared towards business, agriculture, and liberal arts students. The second day was geared towards students studying engineering and technological sciences. The Career Expo provided students with rare opportunities to connect with future employers and gain potential internships. Last year, 164 employers and just over 1,200 students and alumni attended this event.
In the winter, some people ask themselves the question, why do I live in Fargo? It might be cold and windy, but a recent study explains a possible benefit to the cold. Atlantic Health reports that being cold may promote longevity. The study states, in theory, we can live up to 29% longer when our core temperature is lowered by at least 0.9 degrees Fahrenheit. The results stem from mice being tested by reducing their body temperature and the fact that roundworms live longer in the cold. While this is still a theory, facts show that mammals do their best to remain at a constant temp.
Find out how some students are beating the cold by being outside after this week's campus calendar.
Jitters is your home for quality coffee drinks. Whether you crave an espresso, iced coffee, mocha, or macchiato, Jitters has just what you need. Now featuring breakfast foods like caramel rolls, bagels, and more, be sure to get your day started right. Located on 12th Avenue North, Jitters has a friendly, relaxed atmosphere with Wi-Fi capability to get all of your studying done on time. Get your fix, only at Jitters.
Watch SU TV News on Cable One. Produced by students of Bison Information Network, we promise to bring you all the latest news and sports from the campus of North Dakota State University. Watch SU TV News on Cable One Channel 14. Brought to you in part by Stop and Go.
Hey, I'm Alex.
I'm Austin.
And I'm here to tell you about 15 on 15.
It means MapBus arrives every 15 minutes on Route 15, from downtown
to around town. Find out more about 15 on 15 at mapbus.com.
Check it out on Facebook and Twitter, keyword MapBus.
It's so fast and convenient.
There are way more than 15 reasons to check out 15 on 15.
I ride MapBus.
And I ride MapBus.
And you should too.
Welcome back. Many students look forward to spring break to let go of stress, but sometimes airports can be the most stressful place.
SUTV's Nicole Johnson has advice for those planning a flight this spring break.
Hector International Airport is making changes to create easier travel. They negotiated for 2 years with American Eagle Airlines to provide nonstop daily flights.
We worked with them and the schedulers and planners at American Airlines to keep them educated on what's happening in Fargo-Moorhead and throughout our region, to build the case for them, to make them aware that there's enough business traffic in this area to support the flights.
American Eagle Airlines is providing nonstop flights between Fargo and Dallas. And with spring break quickly approaching, flying Fargo has become much more convenient.
Perfect. Sounds like a plan.
We'll connect internationally, both Caribbean to Europe, to Asia. So it's going to be a great connecting spot.
The biggest benefit is that students won't be breaking the bank.
Of course, we call them the spring breakers. They like a good value.
It's more options, it's more competition, and hopefully more affordable fares.
However, it's affecting more than those just looking for a sunny vacation.
Maybe not necessarily going on spring break as traditionally you would think with friends. They're going home to family.
If you're going to Orlando, Sanford, I can get you started over here.
No matter your destination or your reason, TAO offers important advice to all students going on spring break.
Try to book as early as possible. Get the prices, check out the different destinations.
She also
TAO reminds students to arrive at the airport early and look over all documents to make sure they are correct. She also suggests looking to a travel agent to plan your vacations, so you don't have to deal with the problems alone.
Students are finding ways to make the most out of the cold North Dakota weather. For many, it means a trip down to the street to hit the ice. SUTV's Jared Maidenwald has the story.
With temperatures still consistently below 30 degrees into the end of February, winter recreation is still alive and well around campus.
To come out here on 10th and 12th and just play some puck, it's great to get away from school and, just get your mind off school, and it's great. There's a lot of good people out here.
With a reputation for being tough, it's going to take a lot more than cold temperatures to prevent hockey players from playing the game they love.
I set my degree at about -20, not counting the wind. I'll still come out here and play, especially when we got the warming house open. It's always easy to just run in there and heat up for a minute.
Maintained by Fargo Parks and Recreation, the rink located conveniently near campus on the corner of 9th Street and 12th Avenue North has become a great place for students to get away.
They keep it pretty clean. Like, just the other day it was pretty terrible out here, but then they flood it usually every night.
I just like, the atmosphere out here. It's only 2 blocks from campus, not far away. If you live in the dorms, you can walk out here. It's pretty simple. You got the loaf and jug real close. Run up there, get a snack. The warming house is open. It's great.
Jared Maidenwald reporting, SUTV News.
The warming house at 12th Avenue Rink is open Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 8 o'clock and weekends from noon to 8.
Viewers of the popular TV show American Idol have a lot to say about how the competitive singing program has been altered over the last few years. American Idol now has only one of the original judges remaining, with singers Keith Urban and Mariah Carey replacing Simon Cowell and Paula Abdul.
Sidewalk Stampede set out to see how fans feel about the many changes that have occurred recently on the show.
American Idol is a show that people watch because they did drunk karaoke at the bar last week and they thought it sounded pretty good.
I do not like the new judges. The only judge I've always liked is Randy, so I'm happy that he's one of the originals that's still there. Other than that, I think they need to find some new people.
In recent years, I've kind of seen a decline in quality of judges, seeing people who don't actually sing, judging a singing competition. I just feel like there are a lot better outlets that people can go to in order to sing.
I feel like they changed the judges too much, because when it was like Paula, Randy, and Simon, it was like this constant thing that everybody had that they really liked, but now I feel like they cycle through so much, they're just like trying to hold our attention.
like Simon was the heart of American Idol, that it loses a lot of its spark without him.
Yeah, I think Simon will be missed. Joining us now is sports director Jake Cheetah.
Thanks, Nicole. Coming up in sports, the women's track and field team set a new school record as they cruise to their 6th straight Summit League indoor title. This and more when we return with SU TV Sports.
Jitters is your home for quality coffee drinks. Whether you crave an espresso, iced coffee, mocha, or macchiato, Jitters has just what you need. Now featuring breakfast foods like caramel rolls, bagels, and more, be sure to get your day started right. Located on 12th Avenue North, Jitters has a friendly, relaxed atmosphere with Wi-Fi capability to get all of your studying done on time. Get your fix, only at Jitters.
Your campus, your news, your sports, your way. SU TV 84. When you're on the go, we're always there. When you need your campus updates, we have them your way. Bison sports updates, campus news. And when you have a second, we're always there. Stay updated, catch highlights. But when you need your biggest news,
This is an SU TV News Update, brought to you by the NDSU Bookstore. This is SU TV News, and it starts now.
your campus station. SU TV 84.
We're Forest fans because we love coming to the games. It's very affordable and the whole family enjoys it.
We're Forest fans because we enjoy coming to the Forest games. It gives us something to do and look forward to every week.
This is Force Hockey.
Welcome back. The Bison played their final home game of the season against a non-conference opponent. Returning to the lineup after missing 6 weeks was forward Taylor Braun. Braun finally returning to the BSA for a game against the Wolverines of Utah Valley. Early in the first, Trayvon Wright pulls up and hits a 3. That ties the game at 5. Next possession, Holton Hunsaker drives and puts the Wolverines ahead. Hunsaker at it again a little later. This time he hits a tough 3 on the move. He had 15 points in the game. Less than a minute left in the half, Nick Thompson steals from Braun and he goes for the layup, but Braun hustles back and gets a huge block to show that the ankle is not bothering him. Game tied at 29 at the half. In the second half, senior Nate Zastro hits a 3 to put the Bison ahead. With 10 minutes left in the game, Trayvon Wright is in the lane. He takes the layup, misses it. Corey Braun is there for the rebound in the huge jam. He puts the Bison up by 2. 2 minutes later, Zastro from almost the same spot as last time hits another 3. The Bison would gain the lead and not relinquish it from that point on, winning 63-56. The Bison have 1 game remaining at Omaha this weekend. A win seals at least 3rd place. If SDSU and Western Illinois lose out, the Bison could potentially claim the 1st seed. To the women's game now, as the women are raising money for Hannah Lynn's. Halfway through the first, Moreno Whittle is in the paint. She hits the easy shot and puts the Bison up big early, 23-9. With 4 minutes left in the first half, Erica House continues a Maverick rally with 3 of her 13 points. The Mavs are within 4. 37 seconds left in the half, another assist from Jamie Nash. This one is a 2-pointer to Paige Frauendorfer to tie the game at 37. On the next possession, Jamie Van Kirk finds Katie Burkle for a 3. Burkle had 23 points at the game. The Bison lead at half. 15 minutes left in the game, Danny DeGagne with the easy layup. She had her 4th career double-double. The Mavericks would rally back. NDSU with a technical foul up by 2. Frauenbender at the line misses the first free throw, makes the second. On the inbounding play, Frauendorfer can't quite make the shot, and the Bison squeak out a 63-62 victory. The Bison currently sit in 5th place in the Summit League, with Omaha being ineligible. They have no room to move up, but a victory against league-leading SDSU this weekend guarantees them at least 6th place. The women's track and field team went after their 6th straight Summit League indoor title. The Bison obviously heavy favorites to repeat. To South Dakota now. The final lap bell rings on the women's mile as Faith Kruchowski is in second, but she turns it on in the final lap and wins the race, one of 4 first-place medals on the day for her. Senior Katie Johnson made a huge shot put throw on her last attempt and claimed 2nd place in the event. In the 400-meter dash, Ashley Tingelstad led a Bison sweep of the event, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. Junior Antoinette Goodman not only won the 200-meter dash, but she crushed the NDSU school record. The women win their 6th straight indoor title, a feat that many find surprising.
It's unbelievable, honestly. I don't even know what to, I don't have words for it, honestly, because I didn't expect it. It's unbelievable to me, honestly. I'm happy.
The women roll, winning by almost 70 points. Kruchowski was named the tournament MVP, and Ryan Godfrey won his 6th straight Coach of the Year award. The men's track and field team was also in South Dakota, trying to win their 4th in 6 years. Starting off the morning strong, Matt Tetzlav won the 60-meter hurdles. He was a heavy favorite in the event after winning it in the regular season. Junior Andy Lilliard won his heptathlon to defend the title and qualified for the national tournament. In the 800-meter dash, Moses Hepner beat teammate Alec Esplund for a 1-2 Bison finish. Esplund and Hepner added again later in the day in the 4x400 relay. It's a close race. NDSU finishes in 2nd, but it is not enough to overcome South Dakota. NDSU finishes in 2nd after a 3rd place finish last season. The MSU men's and women's basketball teams hosted playoff games, and both teams pulled out conference tournament victories. The teams will be at it again this weekend as they travel to Mankato Saturday for 2nd round action. Bison are in the playoffs, Dragons are in the playoffs. Cobber women are also still alive. They're in the Division III tournament, and they play Friday night to try and move on in that tournament. Myself and Morgan Lubin will be going down to watch the Bison in the Summit League tournament next weekend.
Well, coming up next, a historic building in Moorhead may soon be torn down. Find out more after the break.
More than 400 million people use Facebook to stay connected with family, friends, and colleagues, in addition to the millions of others who use Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Flickr for networking purposes. While Facebook and other social media sites are great tools to help you connect with friends and build networks, you should also be aware of the potential dangers associated with using these tools. So, let's talk tech. First of all, always be mindful of what you and your friends are posting online. Nothing online is private, no matter what security settings a website may boast. Anything posted online stays online. So take time to consider what you and your friends are putting online before you post it. For example, do you want your potential employers or your current boss to see embarrassing pictures that your friends have posted? There is also the question of how much information should you disclose on a social media site. Posting too much personal information could lead to lost job opportunities, harassment, internet stalking, and identity theft. Don't publicize information that the public doesn't need to know. Finally, you should think about who you want to see those things you've posted online by evaluating the appropriateness of the privacy settings on your social media site. It is recommended that you customize your settings such that only your close friends can see your personal information, such as your home address, email, and phone numbers. Ideally, this information should not even be online. Additionally, social media networks frequently update their security protocols, so be sure to review and update your security settings regularly. With these precautions, you will be well on your way to enjoying a safe and secure social networking experience.
Welcome back. An old power plant in Moorhead is set to be demolished. The 100-year-old brick building sits just along the Red River on the west side of Woodlawn Park. Some residents have been wanting to repurpose the old empty building to use it as a sort of useful public gathering space, but it's more cost-effective to tear it down. It would cost more than $3 million to fix it up because of the unstable clay soil along the Red River.
Thank you for watching this edition of SUTV News.
Be sure to pick up a copy of The Spectrum and check us out on Facebook or Twitter.
Have a great night.